It begins with something small, a piece of metal round and modest in size, often overlooked, often dismissed. Something you might find at the bottom of a drawer, inside a dusty old box, or rolling between the cushions of an old chair. But not all small things are insignificant. Some hold the weight of history, the imprint of a nation, and the power to surprise the world. This is the story of one such object, a 1982 Sri Lanka 25 cents coin at first glance. It doesn't scream for attention. It's just 18 millimeters across, made from nickel-plated steel, and weighs a mere 3.24 grams. Its edge is milled with fine grooves, its surface flattened from decades of use, or maybe, if you're lucky, left pristine by the passage of time. What truly makes it extraordinary is not just what it is, but what it represents. It's not simply a piece of currency. It's a time capsule, a silent witness to a nation's culture, politics, and transformation in the early 1980s. On one side of the coin, you'll find the proud emblem of Sri Lanka, the national crest. This symbol is far more than decoration. It is a design forged with meaning, forged with memory. At the center stands the lion, sword held high in its right forepaw. The lion, derived from the ancient Sinhalese royal standard, is a symbol of courage, sovereignty, and independence. Above the lion rests a wheel, the Dharmachakra, representing justice and the teachings of the Buddha. Around it, the petals of the lotus flower radiate outward, a symbol of purity, rebirth, and enlightenment. The entire crest is framed by a circular border, itself surrounded by intricate decorations, each detail intentional, each line a thread in the tapestry of national identity. Now turn the coin over, and the eye meets its numeral, a bold, prominent 25, standing firm at the center of the design. It is flanked on either side by ornamental flourishes, reminiscent of traditional Sri Lankan patterns, a nod to the island's rich artistic heritage. Above this number is the name of the country, written in Sinhala, Tamil, and English, the three official languages that reflect the cultural mosaic of the island. Beneath the 25, the denomination is spelled out, 25 cents in English, along with its equivalent inscriptions in Sinhala and Tamil. At the bottom edge of the coin, the year is engraved, 1982. That year was no ordinary one. In 1982, Sri Lanka stood at a crossroads. The country was only 4 years into its new republican constitution, having changed from Ceylon to Sri Lanka in 1972. Ethnic tensions were rising, political divisions were deepening, and a turbulent chapter of Sri Lanka's modern history was unfolding. The economy was shifting from closed to open, embracing liberalization policies. Global trade was expanding, tourism was growing, and the effects of modernization were being felt in every part of society. It was in this environment that the 1982 25 cents coin came into circulation. While the coin was produced in high quantities, its design was meaningful. The Royal Mint in Lantricent, Wales, produced millions of these coins. Yet each one carried its own subtle differences, its own tiny imperfections, its own journey. The minting process involved striking blanks with enormous pressure, creating reliefs of the design on both sides. Even with industrial machinery, not every strike is perfect. Sometimes the details are sharper, sometimes the alignment slightly off, sometimes the luster brighter. These variations may seem trivial, but to collectors, they are everything. In the world of numismatics, rarity and condition determine value. Circulated coins that have passed through countless hands are often worn, scratched, or tarnished. But find one in uncirculated, mint condition, with its surfaces unbroken, its edges sharp, its shine intact, and suddenly the value begins to climb. If it happens to be a proof coin, produced specifically for collectors, the stakes rise even further. At a historical moment, a unique error, or a rare feature, and a coin can skyrocket in value overnight. Now, you might ask, why this coin? Why would anyone care about a 25-cent piece from 1982, from a small island in the Indian Ocean? The answer lies not just in the coin, but in its story. Coins are vessels of heritage. They carry more than just monetary value. They reflect language, politics, design, technology, and symbolism. They are among the few everyday items that touch every citizen, rich or poor, young or old, urban or rural. Every scratch is a footprint, every mark a clue. Some coins fall into obscurity. Others, like this one, gain mythic status. For collectors, context is everything. They ask questions like, how many were minted? Where were they minted? Was this design used only 1 year? Was it changed the following year? Did the coin circulate widely, or was it held back? Were any special editions struck? Was there a political or cultural reason for its design? Was this the last of a series or the first? In the case of the 1982 Sri Lankan 25-cent coin, several of these questions draw attention. First, 1982 was part of a transitional period for Sri Lankan coinage. Changes were being made to compositions, edges, and designs. Before this, coins often had security edges, grooved in patterns difficult to replicate. In 1982, the 25-cent coin adopted a milled edge. It also retained the same general design as earlier versions but with subtle refinements. The choice of materials was different from older copper or aluminum coins. Nickel-plated steel was more durable, resistant to corrosion, and less costly for mass production. Secondly, despite the large mintage, few coins remain in mint condition. Sri Lanka's tropical climate is harsh on metal. Humidity, salty air, and poor storage conditions degrade even the best-preserved coins. Many were used daily for decades, buying snacks, bus fares, newspapers, sweets. Few people thought to set aside a shiny new coin as a future collectible. But those who did, those who held onto an untouched coin in a safe, cool, dry place, may today possess a treasure. Over the years, rumors have spread. Some claim that a particular variety of the coin, maybe one with a slight die crack or a double strike or an off-center imprint, is incredibly rare. Others believe a limited number of coins were produced for official sets only. While not all of these stories are verifiable, the mythology grows. And with mythology comes curiosity, speculation, and eventually, high price tags. One such case recently captured attention. A seller listed a pristine example of the 1982 25-cent coin online, accompanied by sharp, detailed photos and a dramatic description. They claimed it was the finest known example. The surfaces gleamed like mirrors,